Hey everybody, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, California, and we survived our first hurricane ever. I've lived here for about 35 years, something like that. My husband's lived here his whole life, which is a number of years, and he's never had a hurricane, so this was something new for us. But by the time it got to us, we're inland in San Diego. It ended up being a lot of nothing. I mean, they hyped it up as if we were going to all die if we even walked out of our house. And honestly, it was basically like a normal winter storm. We had one time where it was pretty heavy rain. And because we live on a hill and our driveway goes down at the bottom, we will sometimes flood if it's too heavy. And so our drain just had a little trouble keeping up with it. So we were all out there in the rain bailing, and that was fun, different. It was, warm still here. It was about 80 degrees. And so, that made it different than a usual winter storm. I wouldn't want to be out there in a winter storm doing what we were doing, but not so bad in a summer storm. And my son and his girlfriend came to stay with us because they live in more low-lying places in San Diego, and I think even their places were fine too. So, and today it's starting to clear up. It's very soggy, but clearing up. And we're doing okay. So that's to all my family, etc., that are worried. We are doing fine. I just looked down. My dad is now calling, I'm sure, to check on us finally. But you guys are more important at 1 o'clock on Monday. So we are here to make a little card. I'm in kind of an autumn mood, even though we're going to be getting up into the 90s again. And the end of the week, actually, I'm going to be going to Stampin' Up! It's called Backstage, with a bunch of leaders who have been doing this a lot longer than I have and have a whole lot more experience. And we'll have lectures on how to do our business, and I'll meet some interesting people. And that's where I'll be Thursday through Sunday. Hopefully I can get a card ready before I leave, so we'll be back here Monday. What's new in Stampin' Up! World? Still same old stuff. Hey Beth, hey Cindy. I see people getting on. We have used those coupons. Got to use those coupons, everybody. And what else is going on this month? Demonstrators, are ordering. Customers can order from our new catalog September 6th. If you don't have somebody you're already working with, I would love to send you a new catalog. So let me know. You can email me. My email's up here, but it's stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com. And then the other thing is, I'm going to put you down for this one, which is paper share. Paper share, paper share. We love our paper shares. Why do we love paper shares? Because you get all of these papers, all of them, what you see right here, which is a sampling from, not a sampling, a quarter of a package of every single one of the packages of paper, except I didn't put the Halloween ones in. So we have specialty paper, we have ones that are not so Christmas and holiday-ish. We're still working with this autumn one. We've got loads of Christmas and holiday and just bright, happy ones. And oh my gosh, you guys, this is an incredible catalog. Why do we like paper shares? Because it would cost you about $190 to get every package of paper that you're seeing here. And this way you get a quarter of all of them, which is plenty to make a lot of cards, as you can see. And then if there's some you particularly like, or you're going to make all your holiday cards with the cute little bears, then you can go back and get a pack of those. Today we're going to be using the autumn, what's it called? All About Autumn papers. And we're going to be using these oxidized copper papers with the pretty peacock and the copper and the foil, which are just gorgeous. So if you are interested in a paper share, let me know. My paper shares are $45. I will order stuff as soon as I can. And trying to make sure I didn't get anything else in there. And as a gift from me, you're going to get 4 of these pretty gold cards and envelopes. That's just my thank you gift for ordering a paper share with me. And they will come to you porch pickup if you can. If you want to pay $45, if you want to pay $10 more, I can send them to you. So it's about leaves. It's about autumn. We had a lot of leaves, especially pine needles, come down. But I have been playing with this autumn set called Autumn Leaves for the last few weeks because I just can't put it down. It is, I'm going to just move you just a little bit further out. I just can't seem to put it down because it's just so beautiful. I love when Stampin' Up! Does things like puts 2 of a single die cut in here, and they did that with 2 of the leaves. I love it when the die sets also have some pretty strips to do sentiments. I actually tried using this one. There's some in the stamp set. There's these little teeny, they're very small, and they're supposed to fit in that little thing, but I don't know. It made it look, to me, even smaller and harder to read, so I'm not so sure about that one. I like the idea. It's kind of embossed a little bit, but I don't know. May not be using that one. Certainly, I decided we're not using that today. So I wanted to show you, too, that, you know, they have a stamp to cut it for these leaves and then a big thing to cut it out, and then they all have this little veining that goes in them. This big one is just stunning. That's pretty peacock, and then the oxidized copper on the inside, and then this is basically the reverse. The oxidized copper on the outside and the veining. No stamping here. So that is just to show you how incredibly gorgeous it is. So let's move these out of the way. Oh, here's my host code. I would love it if you would place an order. I am still working on a few $100s more that I need by the end of next month so that I can meet my goal. So here is the card we're going to make. Now, I'm not allowed to show you the inside of the mini catalog. I can show you the outside again, but I'm not allowed to show you the inside until you're allowed to order on September 6th. But like I said, if you didn't get a catalog yet from somebody, let me know. I think everybody I sent them to should have got them. Hi Liza, hi Flossie. So this is a suite that's on page 42 and 43 and 44 in the new mini catalog. And I am actually casing, that means copy and share everything, one of the cards that's on page 42 on the top left. I just thought that was so cool how these were all lined up. And like I said, I'm using 2 actually of the papers that come in the All About Autumn papers. I'm also using, this is also part of this suite. Where's the end of this one? And this is, what do they call this? Copper and Natural Ribbon Combo Pack. So these 2 come together. You get 5 yards of each. If you go back and look, a couple weeks ago we used the masks with the sunflowers. I used this and cut it in half. And then actually I did the same thing. I cut this in half for this one. So all you do to cut these in half, and honestly, I can't cut a straight line all the time either, but you don't have to be perfectly straight. You just kind of go like this and just start cutting, okay? It is a little harder with this thinner one, but it works just fine. And it doesn't have to be perfectly even because, you know, the person getting one card doesn't know the thickness on the other card. So this is the card we're going to make today. This is actually the back of one of these papers. These papers are just so gorgeous. I showed you all of them before. Some are interesting decorative things like that on the front. I love the ones though that have the leaves like that, the scenery. They're so pretty. But on the back of all of these they're foiled. And so we've got some that are kind of solid colors, and these colors are, you know, what's in the pretty pictures on the other side. And some are, this is the one we're using today. So it's got the moody mauve, the pretty peacock, a little old olive, and some copper. And we're also using this one that's very vanilla with, I can't really tell if it's copper or gold. No, I guess it's gold in this one. We're kind of mixing our metals and stuff today. So let's make this card. So the other reason I wanted to make this card is when I realized that there was very vanilla in some of these papers, I was like, you know, I can't remember the last time I've used just very vanilla itself. So I thought my little very vanilla needed a workout. And I like using the thick very vanilla and basic white as opposed to just the regular one. So this is, because I just like the heftiness of the cards. So this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 and folded at 4 1/4. Let's fold it, make our crease a little bit better. Okay, so then we're going to start layering here. So this is a piece of pretty peacock. Say that 5 times fast. I can't even say it once. And this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And this piece of the DSP is just 1/8 of an inch bigger. I just wanted smaller, a little teeny margin. The other reason I chose to use this one is, I don't know, it's like corduroy on the back of this, and I thought that's odd. I can't imagine I'm going to use that a lot. But luckily one of the prettiest pieces is on the back. So like I said, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, just 1/8 of an inch bigger or smaller, the DSP. And this is also, let's see if I can get this, 5 1/8, both of them. And this DSP is 2 inches wide, and the other one is 2 1/8. Like I said, when I get done here, I go and I put all of this on my blog. And so you don't have to hurry and write down measurements. You just got to give me a couple hours for me to get everything on there. Okay, Becky, who is Schlossnagel? Yeah, I love this DSP too. Whoops. Oh no, see, so those are meeting at the edge, and the reason I did that is then this, you can see, you'll still be able to see that other one around it. So we'll put that right in the middle. I don't have a lot of dimensionals. I know you guys are like amazed at that in here, and that's because there are so many layers. I just figured that was enough. I'm using the DSP to center it as opposed to there we go, using my grid paper, which I will often do. Reason being, I think if it's not straight, it'll look straighter using the making sure it's straight with that paper. I just love these leaves. Aren't these leaves pretty? I actually have had them sitting on my table since I used them for something else. And so I've just had them just kind of all sitting here. Okay, so then what I did is I just pulled in all the different papers and colors that were in this DSP. And like I said, I can't show you the one that was, isn't that pretty? That was in the catalog. But what I'm going to do is pop these two up, so I'm going to move them out of the way, and then I'm just going to kind of center these. Now, you don't need a ton of, whoop, that is a ton, of glue everywhere, just a little bit will do. Come on. And when I'm trying to center things, what I do, and I have a whole bunch, is I always do the outer ones first. And trying to just, you know, line them up sort of even. And then I'm going to do the middle one, and that way you can space them out a little bit, just easier to space them out that way. And you could, you know, turn these up, etc., but I am figuring that they're going to get mailed, and then they're going to get smushed anyways. So then these two are going to get popped up. So let's get some dimensionals on them. I think I'm going to use a big one and a little one. Where are my baby ones? If you guys haven't got these yet, these mini dimensionals come in very handy. So I'm kind of, I think to the, oh wait, I have one more. I'll just show you what I do when I get, see this is what the outside is I'll just go through and make these skinny little strips that come in very handy. And now they're not so mini, but I can use them for either regular kind of dimensional things, because now they're about the size of a dimensional, these big ones on the side. So that's how I use the sides of those. All right, dimensionalize me. All right. Oh my God, I just love this DSP. It is just so pretty. Trying to decide if I want it up, if I want it down. Yeah, I'll try to make them even, I guess. So pretty. All right, let's stamp our sentiments. So this is just about, do this one, a little under 1/2 inch. It was just a scrap laying around before. And then I've got a little pretty peacock paper. I know this is a mess, I need to recover this, but I like to keep my piercing mat covered because look at what a mess I would make otherwise. So this one says today and every day. Got a little smushed on there. Let's see if we can do that a little bit better. Sometimes these little teeny ones are the hardest ones to use. If you push them too hard, they kind of get a little smushed. There we go, that's a little better. And then I'm gonna put the I'm thankful on the inside. And then I also thought maybe I just thought of this as I was doing this because it's so plain on the inside. You know, you could take a strip of the DSP and put it along the bottom, but I think what I'm going to do, oh no, I have it right here, is take this really big leaf, and I haven't even used it yet. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to stamp it off. And we'll see how, might even use a second or third stamped off. I just want it really light over our sentiment. So we're going to stamp it off. 1, 2, so you can still read the I'm thankful through there. Isn't that pretty? So you can do that with almost any stamp that you're using, but it just kind of unifies to me. Whoops, the inside. I grabbed my other one that I hadn't finished the inside, so we get one more chance to do this. Let's finish the one we're actually working on here. And I think what I'm going to do actually is take that stamp that I just used. I got a little bit on here. I don't know how, but so you know how I stamped this off basically 3 times already, then used it? I'm going to try and see how it is even lighter. There we go. Still looks like a stamp of a leaf. I'm not sure which one I like better. What do you guys think? The really stamped off one or the not quite as much stamped off one? Anyway, whoops, let's get this copper clay out of here before I have that all over me. Zayna loves the lightest. Kind of do too. It just doesn't get in the way as much, and you can write over it even better. All right, so we're going to just take this and cut it down a little bit. Give it a pretty side like that. And I think I'm just going to glue it down here. Again, I'm trying, I'm not sure which one was the good one, but I'm trying to not have too many dimensional layers, because whenever I do that, you know, if you have a mean postal person, you may end up with your people having to pay for their card because it's too thick. I've only had that happen once, but since then I've been trying to not do it as much. And remember how I said I cut that copper ribbon in half, so it's really, really teeny now. And now that I have glue and everything all over my hands, we'll see if I can still make a bow. So unless I'm using my little bow maker thing, I find the make 2 bunny ears, cross them over, cross the top one under, is my best bet of getting a good bow every time. Now the other thing that's going on this is it is starting to fray because it's been sitting here for a day or two. But you can either go with it and call that part of the look, you know, fall is a little messy, or you can take your little snips and snip off some of that stuff. Some of these little, ugh, they're so hard to see even to snip. Once you get a bow made with it, it kind of stops trying to unravel itself. I think I'm going to leave them up here. I kind of like the way they look up here with the bow. All right, I don't need quite this long. Leave them a little long, but not quite as long. And we'll get a little glue dot. I like to use my take your pick tool to pick up a glue dot, especially when I'm going to use it on something little tiny like this. Let's pull this off, don't need that. So when I've got one that I'm going to use, a little teeny tiny one, this seems to be more helpful. Let's see, which way do I want to go here? Is there a good side or a bad side? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to take that little glue dot and kind of smush it in. And then put it underneath here. To whatever, it's trying to stick to everything today. There we go. I want it to totally cover up that. So pretty. I just love these colors. I love this this copper and everything. This copper in here. I even love this this mauve color, this new in color in here, which I'd have to say that wasn't one of my favorite, but I just love the way it works with all the other ones. So pretty, pretty, pretty. And then we got the insides again that I'm thankful today and every day, although it's backwards on here. It didn't really work to me to have a bigger sentiment on the front. That's why I did it the way I did it. All right, I'm going to put you up for a second. I think next week I may just make a card with something that's still available from the annual catalog, or I'll just keep moving on to other stuff that I got in the catalog that's coming out now. So let me guys know if you need anything, or if you'd like to place an order. I put my host code down there. And thank you, Zaina. I really, every time I pull this stuff out, I just make another beautiful card, and I get so excited about it. So anyway, may go back to the regular annual catalog, or keep going on the holiday catalog. Haven't decided that yet. And yeah, Zaina, you do need it all. You do need it all. This catalog is one of those need it all things. That's why the paper share is helpful, because then it's only $45 instead of $180 to buy all that paper. All right, so take care, guys. I'll see you next Monday at 1 o'clock Pacific time, and have fun stamping. Go make something pretty. Bye. Oh, and don't forget to send it. Bye-bye.